like Vladimir Putin, that alone is an unmistakable sign. Traoré is protected by the Russians under the tightest secrecy. In this video, we reveal the 7 tactics used to guard President Traoré, most involving Russian influence in ways rarely exposed by mainstream media. The 3rd and 6th methods in this list are particularly unusual, and I urge you to watch closely. Here's why. It was evening in the capital, Ouagadougou. Life was moving as usual, but not for everyone. Armed men advanced toward the presidential residence, intent on one thing: taking Traoré's head or leaving their own behind. Behind the scenes, America and European powers watched, waiting to hear of his death. Their allies stationed in Côte d'Ivoire were already issuing kill orders. Suddenly, their plan was exposed before they reached Traoré's office. A fierce gunfight broke out. Some of the attackers were killed on the spot. Others fell during the fight. President Traoré was rushed to a secure underground bunker. This was just one of 90 known assassination attempts. He has survived. To him, such days are just normal. Death doesn't scare him. 19 attempts in less than 3 years in power. That's nearly once every month. So how has this man, now hunted by global superpowers like France and America, survived while surrounded by jihadist insurgents, infiltrators, and foreign enemies? What kind of unit guards him? What tactics do they use to keep the man many call Africa's savior alive? What kind of training, weapons, and technology do they possess? In this video, we break down the 7 core defensive layers that have allowed Captain Ibrahim Traoré to dodge death more than 19 times. Some even call him the man with 19 lives. Pay attention to Layer 3 and Layer 6. Most people have never heard of these before, and look closely at the commandos who protect him, their uniforms, gear from head to toe. All has a purpose. We'll break it all down. But first, make sure to watch this video until the end to truly understand. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for future great videos like this. Welcome. Ibrahim Traoré is one of the youngest leaders in the world. He took power in 2022 at just 34 years old, but ever since, the sound of gunfire hasn't left him. His country is plagued by jihadist chaos and endless coups. He himself came to power by overthrowing Colonel Paul Henri Sandaogo Damiba, who had also taken power by a coup. That puts Burkina Faso in the top 5 African countries with the most military coups since colonial times. So it's no surprise that anyone who comes to power there lives in fear, wondering if they'll be next. Traoré is no exception. Since becoming president, 19 attempts have been made on his life, both public and secret. They've tried snipers, poison, bombs, even infiltrating his own security team, but all attempts have failed. So what makes his defense so impenetrable? Put yourself in his shoes. If you were offered $5 million to take him out, what would you do? I don't know your answer, but I do know that one of the strongest foundations of Traoré's security is his team of loyalists. To understand the strength of these loyal men, we must first go back and look at how presidential security used to work in Burkina Faso. The country used to have a special military unit dedicated to protecting the president. It was called the Regiment of Presidential Security, RSP, and had about 1,300 elite soldiers. They were highly trained, completely separate from the regular army. They prided themselves on power and political influence and protected Blaise Compaoré for decades, until unrest and a 2015 coup led to their disbandment. They were no longer trusted. Every president since then had to set up his own security unit. When Traoré seized power in 2022, he had no time to build a new team, so he gathered trusted men who helped him during the coup, plus select soldiers from special forces units. These are the men you often see flanking him in videos, armed, alert, and dressed in distinct combat gear. Though little is known officially, Experts say that after French troops were expelled, the military, especially the unit guarding Traoré, began receiving advanced training. Western media speculate that Russia now provides strategy and oversight for Traoré's protection. They claim the Wagner Group, a notorious Russian paramilitary force, is training Burkinabe troops, including the president's guards. These commandos are said to be ruthless, elite, and battle-hardened. Some reports mention that a first batch of 100 Russian soldiers has already arrived, with more expected to join and provide tough, high-level training. One of the top security experts revealed that inside the presidential palace, there is a special unit tasked exclusively with protecting the life of Traoré. This unit is reportedly led by his own brother, Inoussa Traoré. It is said that these men trust absolutely no one, not even regular soldiers of Burkina Faso, despite operating within the same compound. This unit is considered the closest to Ibrahim Traoré more than anyone else, but it operates in complete secrecy behind curtains so that no one knows what they do. Very little is ever disclosed about them, but what is known is that they exist and they are among the most critical components in Traoré's security system. Let's back on Traoré's bodyguards. These elite young men who guard the head of state are not ordinary soldiers. They are among the most trusted and carefully selected individuals who undergo numerous and extremely difficult trials carried out with great caution before they are allowed to begin this work. Absolute integrity is required of them. They must be able to keep any secret related to their work of protecting the president. These elite guards have been trained in close combat tactics where they fight in tie formation. They use traditional weapons like knives and they are often seen holding pistols at all times. They are trained to fight in various warfare scenarios, especially by Russian forces as mentioned earlier. This prepares them to react swiftly whenever an enemy confrontation arises. They demonstrated this in 2024 when enemies attacked the presidential palace and a fierce gunfight broke out. But Ibrahim's guards were ready. They fought back fiercely, putting their training into action, ultimately foiling the plan to assassinate their leader. That was the 18th time that enemies had tried to eliminate Traoré. These guards are also trained in surveillance of their surroundings and in counter-surveillance to avoid being monitored themselves. Whether through traditional methods or advanced technology, they have demonstrated their ability to detect deadly plots time and again. One such plot was being orchestrated in Côte d'Ivoire in April 2025. These guards, working alongside Burkina Faso's military and intelligence services, uncovered a major coordinated attack meant to throw the country into total chaos. That attack even involved plans to disrupt the financial system using digital means, but the plot failed thanks to the skills and experience of these elite guards. Their effectiveness shocked many observers. At one point, America found itself blocked, unable to breach this fortress of protection. As one comment stated, even Burkina Faso's gold is being used to guard the junta regime. These are the words of General Langley, commenting on Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traoré after numerous failed plots to eliminate him. We will return shortly to these young men guarding Traoré, a team that's leaving the world in awe. One of the most critical aspects of protecting a head of state is during movement, whether in a vehicle, an airplane, or on foot. When Traoré moves on foot, this unit forms a diamond formation, placing him in the center, surrounded on all sides. They scan every angle, creating a tight shield so that even if a bullet were fired, it would be difficult to reach him. When he travels by car, they still flank him, carrying small firearms like pistols or submachine guns. Analysts say that Traoré often switches convoys. The vehicle he uses to arrive is sometimes not the one he uses to leave. The times and routes also vary from day to day for security purposes and to safeguard his life. Before we move on to another powerful layer involved in Traoré's protection, let's briefly revisit the appearance of his guards. But first, please, if you're enjoying this video, give it a like and subscribe to this channel so you can keep up with more extraordinary content like this.